All right, guys. Well, my internet is fucked, and it's going to be fucked until the 11th. That's when I'm getting it done. But so you guys are in the VIP tier. This is going to be part one of the China saga. I'll break it into a series. I'm going to start a parting with celebrities storyline on for the sponsors. And if you guys haven't gotten your gifts, if you're in the VIP tier or if you're in the sponsor tier, I need all of your addresses. We've already sent the Sinister lithographs out. So we send a media rate, which is generally what you use for a book. And we're a little dishonest. We're like, oh, yeah, it's a book. It's like the shape of a dick. It's like this big, and there's like balls at the end of it. They're like, that's not a book. I'm like, what kind of shit do you read, Phil? And they're like, already knowing. Sorry. I mean, with you guys, I mean, I don't even give a fuck. I should just do this shit naked. You know what I mean? And just like randomly take like a shitty banana out of my ass and be like, I don't even care because you guys just like me. I like the $10 tier. I like the $3 tier. I fucking hate YouTube. I hate them. Bunch of bitches. It's like, this is what I have to say for these motherfuckers on YouTube, that, oh, the content, brother, the content is just not what it once was. You're a punk. I'm like, this is what I have to say to any of those motherfuckers. It's like, look, man, I'm not like the most arrogant guy in the world. I'm definitely one of them, but not the most arrogant guy in the world. This is what I have to say. It's like, if you think my shit's that bad, I want to see you just post just one story about your life. And it takes a little bit of courage to lie about having a small dick because it's really like that big. It's ridiculous and it stinks. That's one of the problems with having a big old whammer hammer, pendulum swinging hammer cock. It stinks. There's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes I get roll deodorant and just kind of like roll my big fucking cock like I'm grating cheese or something, but I'm just like, still stinks. Smells like shit. Okay. Anyway, moving on. It's like people they think it's easy, but it's like writing a book, right? I wrote a book, and all it because I got haters on Facebook too. I could write a book. I'm sure a lot of people can write a book, but not everybody can write a book. People are like, dude, I can do a Facebook post. Homie, I can do a Facebook post. I'm like, no, you can't. You share memes. You don't even have original thoughts, bitch. Do a meme coffee table book. What about that? You think anyone would buy that? And it's like, I'm not saying that like I'm like the smartest guy or like the best writer or the best storyteller. But, fuck. It's not like that easy just to come up here and say a bunch of dirtbag shit. It's going to affect me like my entire life. I'll be like at one of Nico's Little League games and they'll be like, dude, are you Ryan Leone? I'll be like, yeah. Yeah, I'm Ryan Leone. What's up? Dude, is it true? Is what true? Everything you said on YouTube fucking 10 years ago? All this shit. Did you get a sponge bath from a tranny when you're in San Diego? I'll be like, did you not listen to the story? Did you really live with pedophile serial killers in West Palm Beach, Florida? Can we just watch the game? And then that's it. So the shit haunts you. The internet doesn't forget. Let's get into the China series. So, and sorry for I haven't done a video all day. I got lots of stuff going on. I'm trying to get June Gloom out on deadline, which is like a month away, 6 weeks away. It's a lot of work. Plus, I still haven't done drug stories. If one of you guys wants to timestamp that would be fantastic. All you have to do is go through the album on YouTube and break it into like the track list. I'll post all this shit to make it easier. Okay, let's get into the story. So last time we talked about I'm 16 years old, maybe 17. And my dad decides to take me on a trip to Asia because he's going there for a business trip. And I'm getting in a lot of trouble at the time. Remember, I was already dating Jill. I was already in full-blown heroin addiction. I was just smoking because I'm a bitch. No, nobody was slamming heroin, really. Not that I hung out with, not at that time. We were all smoking off tinfoil, which gives you Alzheimer's. I don't know. Maybe that is true. I don't know. You ever hear that? Dude, no way, bro. No way. What you're doing right there is going to affect your memory, dog. I'm going to inject bath salts. You ever meet hypocrites like that? They're like, don't smoke off a can. Don't smoke off tinfoil. That's bad for you. It's like, dude, any narcotic, any way that you do, it's not good for you. Spoiler alert. I mean, I don't know too many people that have been injecting, smoking, or snorting drugs for any, you know, serious amount of time, which I mean, like a year or longer, that life is completely fucked off if they're still doing it. Some people get lucky, go to rehab, get clean. Some people go to prison for a long time. That happened to me multiple times. And then people die. Yeah, sucks. It's the reality of it. So I was smoking heroin. I was dating this girl. She was probably like 20, 21. She was in college when I was in high school. And she drove this little like convertible or this little Jeep. She had a Jetta and then she had a Jeep. I don't know. She had different cars, but she used to pick me up in these cars. And I'd feel all cool because I had like this like hot college chick picking me up. I'd be like, yeah, she sucks my dick. She'd be like, shut up. What I'm doing is illegal. When we have sex, I'm statutory raping you. And then I'd always like hold that over her head because she sold coke. I'd be like, Jill, please give me a ball. She'd be like, no, I have to sell stuff or my dad's going to be mad because her dad was like a Hell's Angel guy and he sold coke. I'm like, dude, if you don't give me a ball right now, I will literally call the cops and say that you've been statutory butt fucking me. She's like, fine, Ryan. You're such a manipulator. Here, take your ball. Did we get into the gay neighbor, Ryan? I don't think so. That shit's funny. We'll save that one for juvenile delinquency. But so like, my dad had like basically told the school that I was going to Asia for a month and I was addicted to heroin. Yeah, well, I didn't tell him that. He didn't be like, yeah, run. I'm just taking him to Asia. Oh, what's he been doing? Well, he does some pretty incredible stuff on that skateboard of his. Also, recently he's picked up smoking black tar off tinfoil. It's just a phase. He's listening to what is that stuff called? The punk rock too. It's just, when we were kids, we smoked pot and we listened to the Beatles. Now they smoke heroin off tinfoil and they listen to punk rock and rap. Our parents thought we were wild rock and rollers. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's going to lead to anything. I don't think that one day he's going to get indicted for a international cartel conspiracy case. That would just be silly to think of shit like that. So he told him that he was going to take me to Asia. And they were basically like making me curriculum that I could do because I was going to be out there for a month. And so the plan was to go to Taipei, Taiwan, Beijing, China, and Tokyo, Japan. And we were going to spread it out over a month period. Now, the problem is that I was addicted to heroin. And I knew that I had to bring some with me or I was going to be fucked. So my dad showed me that movie, Midnight Express, and we talked about that. That's like the most hardcore movie. And when my dad showed me that, it was like one of these like old boring movies. Like if you ever watch that, movie's phenomenal. But like when it starts out, it's so corny. It has like this like weird like 70s like electronic music like opening. He's like, all this like weird stuff's happening. Hold on. Wow. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So anyway, okay, sorry. We'll get into what that text message is about, but it's very, 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 very important. By the way, if you're a sponsor and you text me, if you're anybody that texts me, if you're one of my friends that I've known for years that text me, and I don't get back to you for like a day or 3 days or whatever, it's not because I'm being an asshole. It's because I can show you how many. It's insane how many fucking texts I get, not like from random people. It's really weird. Like nowadays, like I'm like, oh, Bernie, he'd make an okay president. I'm gonna donate $30 to that guy. And now every day it's like, hey Ryan, it's Bernie Sanders. I'm like, hey Bernie. It's like an automated text, but I always text back. I send them dick shots and shit. I'm like, hey Bernie, you want to see my dick? And they don't respond. I'm like, well, I'm gonna show it anyway, bitch. What's up? You like that, Bernie? How about my butthole? Check this out. I swear, you can ask Karina. Ask her next time she does a video. We just did that other video. I will literally take pictures of my asshole and send it to the Bernie Sanders campaign and be like, what do you think? You think I should bleach it? And then I'll send them like a link to a bleaching. So I have like these, I should post those on Instagram. They're pretty, or on Patreon. They're pretty funny. Um, maybe not the butthole shots. What was I saying? Okay, so this movie, sorry, fucking ADD, man. So this movie, Midnight Express, it's about this college. We talked about it last time. It's about this college kid that went to Turkey with his girlfriend. Have you ever seen The Cable Guy, where like where Jim Carrey like takes his nipple and is like, "Oh, ballet, I love you," or "Oh, ballet." Remember that? I feel so fucking weird doing that. What if Karina walked in and I was just like, "Oh, ballet"? She'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm fucking doing a Zoom call with the sponsor. The fuck does it look like I'm doing? Get out of here. You know not to disturb me when the door's closed. Can be doing anything in here." So, well, that's what this movie's from. So it starts off, and it kind of seems like it's a boring movie. And he's like a college kid. This is based on a true story, by the way. And my dad knows this guy, the guy that this movie was based on, which is insane. Like they used to like party in the 70s and like do blow together and wear like, you know, like 80s jogging suits, like Adidas, like striped jogging suits. Like, hey, fool, did you listen to Purple Rain? Shit's hot, huh? You know, shit like 80s shit. Man, oh, yeah, you got powder on your knuckle. Well, see you later, Frank. See you. You know, shit like that. So, yeah, my dad actually knew this guy. They used to like run trains on girls at nightclub. No, I made that up. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool though. I don't think I can see my dad as a train guy. Is that weird to run trains? I've never done that. I don't know. It just kind of seemed gay to me. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I don't think I would though. I certainly wouldn't do it with my chick. You know, it'd be hot if you suck that dude's dick right now. I swear to God, I won't be jealous. Whew, no, just suck that dick. Sometimes I watch that shit on Pornhub. You know, I don't really look at specific porn on there. I just kind of go down the rabbit hole, and sometimes you see some weird shit. You know, like the weirdest plot lines. Like the older I get, the more I like plot lines. I don't know. I'm more of like a cinematic guy. I want like porn with like a high production value, and like a girl will come in and she'll be like, "Hey, Uncle Benjamin, what are you doing? I noticed that we were at Aunt Cindy's funeral. You were looking at my breasts. Do you want to butt fuck me, uncle?" Well, I didn't until my wife died. Now I'm in the mood for a butt fucking. I watch stuff like that. Sometimes I like send links to like my friends. I'm like, dude, check this out. This shit's fucking gnarly. And then I'll write back and it won't say delivered. And I'll call and I'll go straight to voicemail. And they like blocked me. I'm really sorry. I'm all over the place. I'll get back to the story. So anyway, there's this movie, Midnight Express. And so this guy, Billy, he goes to Turkey and he's trying to smuggle hash back as like a hustle because I guess like back then hash was like an exotic drug. And he like tapes it to his body and then he gets on like, you know, he's getting on the plane, he makes it through customs, he's sweating. It's like, you know, when I was first watching, it's like I'm all stoned. I'm like some punk ass little 17-year-old. I'm like, Dad, this shit sucks, Dad. You know how like when you're like that age, you're just a punk ass kid. This shit sucks. I'm like, I should have been grateful. What dads showing their kid movies about like smuggling hash from Turkey? I had no idea how bad it was going to get. So it's like he's like sweating and he's on the bus because you know he's going on the train on the airplane, and he's like about to make it, and like all of a sudden I'm like, this movie's kind of cool. Well, I guess it doesn't suck that much, and then he gets busted. Yeah, he gets busted within like the first like 5 minutes of the movie, and then like the credits roll. It shows him and like some like attorneys like, well, Billy, they're thinking about 50 years. He's like, 50 years? But I'm just a college kid. Sorry, Billy, you're in Turkey now. And then it goes like, that's really not how it. I mean, it opens pretty similar to Midnight Express. Don't get mad if that's not how it opened. Pretty close to that. He gets busted. So anyway, he ends up going to Turkish prison for like 10 years or 50 years, whatever the fuck it is. And then he tries to appeal it, and they end up giving him a life sentence. Not only are you not getting out of prison earlier than 50 years, now you're in here for life. He's like, life? It's like the end of Dead Prison. What the fuck you mean life? Bro, all I did for this goddamn country. What the fuck you mean life? What the fuck you say? Bro, I did for this motherfucking country. Throws the. I love Dead President. I have that tattooed on me. See it? Dead presidents. I'm so sorry that I'm this distracted. There's a reason I'm telling you this, and I think I did in the last video, but we got to go over it. So what ends up happening is eventually all sorts of bad stuff happens. It's a really weird movie. Like he like starts hanging out with like a heroin addict that has a cat that he may or may not fuck. I've always like wanted to watch the director's commentary to like know what they were like trying to imply. Well, and this is one of the supporting characters. Oh, the cat reference. Yes, we make allusions to the fact that, in fact, they did fuck the cat. It was creative license. In real life, no cat was actually fucked. I don't know if it would say that, but I always like would say that with my friends. Would always be stoned like, "Hey, fucks the cat." They're like, "Yeah, dude, you're so cool. Fuck yeah, let's just keep doing drugs and fucking bitches." For college, lame. Who wants to have an adult life? Let's just keep doing this forever. It's an endless weekend. Now we all have like Hep C, and we're all like jaundiced. We should have gone to college. The same voice as the other guy. So, and then like in the middle of the movie, there's just this like random homoerotic scene where like he fucks his celly. It's really romantic too. Like I'm almost like, oh man, that's really sweet. Isn't that shit adorable? And then my friend's like, shut up, faggot. And I'm like, oh yeah, fucking yeah, yeah, whack. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the way that they show it is kind of fucking weird. It's like all like this like romantic music, and there's like this hot mist of the shower, and you just like see him like waddle up to him and put his hand over his hand, and then you hear ball slap. No, you don't hear the ball slap, but everything else I said is true. And eventually gets kicked out of the movie. I mean, and he endures a lot. He gets like butt fucked by guards for real, and he's like just went full bitch. I mean, listen, if you butt fuck me, we've talked about this. I'm sticking my middle finger in my mouth, and I'm just gonna start sucking on it. I mean, dude, if you're getting raped and you start sucking on your middle finger and you start humping back and moaning, you're like, I'll be like, ugh, you fucking weird. Ew, he likes it. No eye contact, queer. Oh man, I don't usually do shit like this. You're disgusting. You're a fucking queer. Oh god, ew. Oh, fucking ew. Oh, gross. It's a good defense mechanism. They should teach that in like prison orientation. But yeah, this guy gets butt fucked and everything. And so the point that I'm telling you all this is I was planning on smuggling drugs onto the plane when we flew into Taipei, Taiwan. But after I saw the butt fucking and the cats and the all the weird shit that went on, I was like, no way. So I came up with this whole like idea that I could bring prescription painkillers. Now, I didn't even really know that like I had to call someone. I had this guy, he was like he was one of Jill's friends, and later I found out they were fucking the whole time. She's like, no, he's my totally platonic friend that just picks me up every time we hang out, and then you can't get a hold of me on my cell phone for like 2 hours. I was like, oh yeah, totally. Come to find out later that like when she cheated on me, she's like, and tries been ass fucking me every night when he picks me up. You fucking bitch. I'm like, ugh. You just let me bone you and then you go fuck that fucking dude? That's gross. And it really like made me paranoid about girls the rest of my life. And that is all true. So I called him and I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be screwed when I go to Asia. He's like, brother, we'll hook you up with the painkiller. He didn't talk like that. He was a white guy. He's like, we'll hook you up with painkillers. I was like, what is that? He's like, it's the same thing. So he gives me Vicodin. I'm doing 1 gram to 2 grams of black tar heroin a day, which is it's a decent habit. It's like what if I'm like strung out these days, that's like what I'm doing. I go like from like 1/4 gram to a 1/2 gram, and then I'm like 2 grams, and then I'm like giving hand jobs under like freeway underpasses. I'm just like, this is gross. Are you almost done? Oh man, I haven't gotten a hand job that good since I was in the outer urban parts of Dallas. Uh, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this really important thing. You guys will know soon. It's a surprise for you guys. It's a dick shot. I'll just show it. I'll be like, look, check it out. So gives me Vicodin. Now, in my ignorance, I don't know how strong Vicodin is. I think I used to snort it because Eminem would say it. And we take Vicodin. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'll be like, did you guys hear that? Bomb. We got to do it. We got to, and we just snort Vicodin, and it like doesn't do anything. And you have to do rails that are like this big, and it still doesn't do anything. You just itch, and you're like, dude, do you feel it? I'm like, yeah, bro. I feel shady as fuck. Yeah, me too. Let's go fuck some bitches. All right. Throw our hoods on. That was like a thing in high school. We'd always like wear hoods. It was like 90 degrees out. We'd be like, oh, we look like straight ragers, party animals. So I get on this plane. So I wake up at like 4 a.m. You guys are probably like, dude, this is the word. This is a $20 store. You're a fucking bitch. So we get on this plane at like, I think we left at like 3 or 4 a.m. We go down to LAX, pack all my bags, bring my skateboard with me. At the time, my dad had bought me an MP3 player. So this is in 2002. MP3 players weren't that big back then. I don't even think they had the iPod. And if they did, it had just come out. So like back then, for all you guys that were born in like 2009, well, you'd be 11. That's not that weird. You know, you probably are 11-year-olds that just pretend to be older. Like Mark, dude, I found this drug addict named Ryan Leone. Bomb as fuck. Let's go to the store and let's steal Green Dot cards so we can get on his Patreon. I heard if we can get $100, we can see his cock, which nobody asked me for. What the fuck, dude? Why doesn't anyone see my dick? I'm not just gonna post it on every tier and be like, if you're looking at this, you're gay. Unless you're a chick. If you're a chick, like, what's up? Be like, hey, send me a dick shot. I'll do it. Zero fucks given. I will do it. I swear to God, I will. I don't care. I'm part of the pimping and pandering case. That's what I used on Chatterbait. I'll just send you that picture. I have like a backwards hat on. Looks really funny. I look like all innocent. So I end up going, so I had this MP3 player and you could only put 20 songs on it. And so back then I was listening to like Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, a lot of Wu-Tang, Jedi Mind Tricks, Immortal Technique, Atmosphere, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I listened to a lot on that trip for some reason, some Sublime, Nirvana, Misfits, Sam Hain, Black Flag, Suicidal Tendencies. So like underground hip hop and rap, and then some like mainstream like rock, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and like alternative stuff like I think I had some Radiohead on there, shit like that. So we end up going, and I wake up and I smoke heroin, like middle of the night. So I'm good to go. We get on there, and as soon as I get on the plane, the stewardess comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, honey, would you like a flute of champagne?" My dad looks at me. He's like, "Well, son." Now my dad doesn't talk like that. He's like, "We're going to China. I know you like to drink. Go ahead." I'm like, "Really? Cool." I was like, "Yeah, let me go in." And it was like back then, it was like unlimited. Like they would get you straight faded on the plane. So I'm like sitting there all gout out on heroin anyway. And everyone knows you mix heroin and alcohol. It like really intensifies the heroin. So I don't remember how long the trip was to Taiwan, or if we even flew into Taiwan directly. See, I don't remember the chronology of the story, but what I'll start doing is I'll start posting a lot of videos from this series. I have a shitload of footage from that. I've already posted some of me skating, and then me have been like, "Yo, I'm so faded." But hot chili pepper. Already shit like that. So I got really drunk, and I was already high on heroin, and I woke up like mid-flight, covered in sweat, chills, all that. I was dope sick. I looked at my dad. He's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel like I have to fart, but it feels stronger than that." My dad's like, what do you mean?" I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I might shit my pants if I fart, but it might just be a fart." My dad's like, "Well, that's a no-brainer. Go to the bathroom." you know, we're sitting in first class on our way to Asia. There's like 8 hours left on the flight or whatever it was. You don't want to take a risk like that, my man. I was like, no doubt. So, you know, I just walked back then. This is right after 9/11. So what happened for the youngsters there, you know, that are watching this? Before 9/11, you could literally like walk on a plane with like a fucking briefcase full of knives. They're like, what is that? And you're like, dude, I'm a knife salesman, homeboy. I'm going to Australia later. And they're just like, of course you are. Stamp it. They're like, you're good, brother. You could like, I think, I don't know if you could bring concealed weapons, but like they were much less hardcore. Like now when you go to the when you go to the airport, like you have to go in like a full body scan. It looks like you're in some like geometric fucking I don't even know what to call it. You look like you're in like a dryer or something, some geometric like dryer that like and it like I'm always like, damn, I mean, can they see my dick? And I've already told you how my dick is. Like I have big ass balls and a little hand and a little shriveled up root beer barrel sized dick. Looks like a cannon. And now that I'm old, I don't even know what it looks like. It looks like some deformed goose or some shit. So I'm always like, I wonder if like when they look through the body scan, if they can actually like I say like a lot. Someone said that. I hate when people do that, and then it makes me self-conscious. Like. I mean, get all self-conscious. But I'm wondering if, like, when you're going through there, if some of the people are like, "Look at the size of that guy's dick." Ew. Because I've been to prison, dude. I have seen. It's insane. Like the dorkiest guys, like straight sociophobes. They're like, "Excuse me." They're all like buggy and creepy. Oh, hey, the is there anybody waiting for the phone? Like, dude, no. The phone, what do you fuck are you? There's no one even on the phone. What do you mean? Oh, I gotta go back to myself. And they're like texting on the calculator, like they're doing a text message. You're like, dude, it's not, that's a calculator. What the fuck? 77. I'm like, huh? And they just go away. You know, weirdos like that. And then like there's group showers, like in Wisconsin's group showers, in state prison when I was in Wasco reception, state showers. And so you go take group showers with some of these people. And let me tell you, the thing about black guys with big dicks is 100% true. Like some of those guys' dicks are fucking outright. I am a unequivocally straight guy. Never sucked a dick. Never had my dick sucked by a dude. Never even considered it. When I was strung out, if someone had offered to give me drugs if they could suck my dick, I don't know. I've never been in that position. I don't know what I would have said. It's a maybe. It's a soft maybe. You know what I mean? But I'm secure enough with my sexuality where I can look at a dude's dick and be like, oh my God, that thing is fucking amazing. That's a beautiful cock, dude. Good job. Fist bump that. All right, bro. Hey, can I use some of your head and shoulders? I don't know. I'm getting dandruff right now. Right on, dude. So, I mean, what omega 3s or extends? I mean, what's going on? Oh no, I'm just black. Oh, for sure, bro. I'm standard white boy issue. Oh, for sure. I don't talk like that, and neither do any black people I've ever met. But then you see like those dorky white guys, like the bug-eye guy. He's like, "Oh, let me text on my calculator so I can decide like how many feet I have to walk back to my cell." You know, there's weirdos like that, like especially dudes that are like doing life and they're just fucking lose it a little bit. You go in the fucking shower with them, and you're like, "Dude, I cannot." Gary, Gary, that guy's gonna, and he's gonna smile. I bet he's gonna smaller dick than me. Guaranteed. Look how weird he is. Then you get in the shower with him and you're just like, damn, dude, I'm glad that guy's personality is so fucking whack. Because that guy would just, I mean, does size matter? Does it really matter? I don't know. I've always been able to eat pussy really well, you know? And listen, guys, let me tell you, time out. And for the women that are watching as well, let me give you a little tip. And I know you're like, oh, just tell the story. Just tell the story. I feel like with the $20 tier, I can kind of go off in directions. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys just want to hear the straight story, tell me. But I feel like, whatever, it's content, right? Whenever I fuck, it does not matter if I go home with a straight biker whore. It doesn't matter if I'm like going on a date. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who it is. doesn't even matter if the pussy stinks. If it stinks, I'm just like, whatever. You got pretty eyes. And if they don't have pretty eyes, their pussy still stink. I'm like, so I mean, you're human. I'm doing better than some people in like weird, like desolate farm communities that are just like have a fucking goat spread out and they're like have the different belts tied and like the goat legs are sticking out. And oh yeah, lick that shit, Robbie. Oh man, that girl love that shit. Whoa, whoa. Let me tell you, this is a fact. If you like it, a person, and this goes for women too, if you like somebody enough to fuck them, go down on that person. Straight up. I mean, lick their ass, guy or girl. Lick their ass. Lick their pussy, suck their dick. That's it. Do that first. Then it's not like, then it's equality. You know what I mean? Like, I always go in, I know my dick's not the biggest, but I got like, my personality's decent. I mean, it's halfway bomb. But I always make it shit come first. And then when you fuck them, it's way easier to make them come a second time. You guys know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know about that, just consider it like a life lesson. You do that, and you'll always get the call back. You know, I always have friends that are like, dude, I pull bitches, dog. And then they'll pull one off Tinder, and they'll be like, oh my God. Dude, she swiped. What should I do? I'm like, well, first find out that she's not a dude. That happens. And even if she is, I mean, we'll get like a teen or a meth and just do what you got to do. Find out if she's a prostitute because that's becoming big on Tinder right now. If the answer to both of those questions is no, unless you're feeling very liberal, go and fuck them, go down on them. They'll always call you back. They always call me back. Then they like send me an invoice. What the fuck is this? That's for the times that I had sex with you. Okay, anyway. So, you know, I wake up dope sick on the plane. I have to go in the bathroom. And I'm thinking, this is how dumb I am. I'm like, oh, I gotta snort Vicodin. It's the only way. The only way I can get stoned off the Vicodin is if I snort the Vicodin. So I go into the bathroom, start crushing it up, right? I don't even remember what I did. It's so long ago. I think I put it in a napkin or something. I did something like stupid, like put it in a napkin and like crushed it with my feet and like wasn't working. And I'm making like all this noise. It's like, flight attendant's like, are you okay in there? I'm like, I'm crushing up Vicodin. I don't know why I keep jumping in the voices. So anyway, eventually I snort it. Now, snorting one Vicodin, if you're dope sick, does nothing. So I'm doing that. And not only am I not dope sick and well, my entire nose is stuffed with a Vicodin buffer. It makes your eyes water. So now it looks like I'm on drugs. I look worse condition than I was before I snorted the Vicodin. And I go out and I'm just like, Dad, I don't feel good. He's like, how was the fart? I'm like, Ryan, are you on pot? I'm like, no, Dad. No. Pot's for losers. I don't do that shit. He's like, Ryan, that's why I showed you Midnight Express. If you brought anything, give it to me now and we'll go flush it. We're going into a communist autocratic dictatorship. They will kill you if they find drugs on you. Now, I had the Vicodin in a pill bottle that was for me, but it was for like an acne medication, you know, like a capsule acne medication. It literally says on the label, take 2 capsules a day. It was for like one of those like antibiotic acne pills. So there was a chance that at customs they're going to be like, wait a second, these aren't what? Oh, Vicodin, put your hands behind the back. You're going to get killed, bitch. I'm like, oh my God, fuck. I should have just not brought drugs to China. I'm so sorry. I'm being like locked up abroad. So I'm dope sick. My nose is stuffed with buffer and I didn't fart. And my dad's like trying to accuse me of being on drugs, which later I'd find out that he's a pothead too. So I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like the hypocrisy, Frank. Jesus Christ. The hypocrisy. I've smoked pot with my dad. We'll get to that one. That's a fucking hilarious story. First time I got stoned with my dad. I told you guys that story. This story is fucking funny. Sometime. We'll do that one another time. So I get off the airplane. It was to Beijing. So we flew to Beijing, China, not Taipei, Taiwan. And we get off. I'm wearing like my big black shorties backpack. I've posted this picture. I'm dope sick. My nose is running. stuffed with buffer. There's like there's literally white snot coming out of my nose, just like how when I used to post videos all fucking twacked out on Wellbutrin, and people be like, "You're on drugs," and I was like, "No, I'm not. You're a fucking accuser," and I was on drugs the whole time. But it's just Wellbutrin. It's not really a drug. So I get off, and it's kind of like when you get off a plane from China, it's kind of like being in a different world. Like you step off the plane, there's all the Asian typography, and I'm wearing my big backpack. I'm wearing like a long sleeve gray shirt, and I'm wearing like my baggy jeans because I'm going through like the skater phase where like, I'm like, everyone's like, "What do you want to listen to?" I'm like, "Dude, Wu-Tang Forever, duh." Dude, put on Triumph, sick. And then when no one's around, I'd put on like Avril Lavigne Skater Boy, and I'd be like mouthing it. And then we'd like go beat up people at school that like listen to like Panic at the Disco. Be like, "You're a faggot, bitch. Don't listen to shit like that. Dude's whack. He doesn't listen to the Misfits. What a bitch." That was that guy. I was going through a very confused time. And my dad takes a picture of me, which is now that iconic picture. And I'm looking up at a big sign that says drug trafficking is punishable by death in the Republic of China. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, because I haven't gone through customs on the China side. The American side's like, whatever. They'll just be like, "Sir, you can't board the plane because they'll kill you when you get off when they find that your amoxicillin capsules are actually Vicodin." I thought Vicodin was like a serious, and it is. It's a felony, dude. You can't fucking have a prescription pill bottle with pills that aren't the prescription, and it's not your pills. You're fucked. You're getting murdered for that. That's drug trafficking. There's more than one pill, and it's punishable by death in the Republic of China. I have the picture to prove it. So I'm absolutely tripping. I'm tripping now because, and like I said, I look drugged out. So we walk to customs. And what's weird is when you go to China, if you've never been there, if you're white or black, if you're Asian, doesn't count. If you're white, Mexican, or black, if you're any ethnicity besides Asian, you're a rock star. Like everywhere you go, people are looking at you like Asian chicks like bite their lip. They look at you, they're like, Asian dudes look at you and they're just like, oh. Because they all think you're famous. They don't want to fuck you. Oh, I had a lot of sex out there. We'll get into all that. Some dirty, dirty Asian sex. It's weird. I know this sounds racist, but I always felt like, how there's that distinct sexual musk that comes from sex, or it like smells like sex. Especially period sex is the worst. Oh my God. I'll still do it. I'm a dirt piece of shit. Like Karina and I work out together now, and for some reason, we all have our little things. For some reason, licking asshole, if it's a chick, I've never licked a dude's asshole, but I'd imagine that it wouldn't have the same effect. I don't know. Maybe. Depends on the personality. But, like, if I can't get a boner, I'm licking ass. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It's probably some Freudian thing. And I'm just, like, bend over. And she's like, Karina's just down. She's cool like that. Okay. I can do stick in my ass? Okay. Oh my God, let's get married. You're such a good anal sexer. But for real, when I need to get it up, I'll lick her ass and my dick just goes. And that's really perverted, And like now, because Nico sleeps upstairs, we have this little staircase. So I'll bend her over the staircase and I'll just lick her ass. And sometimes we work out. She'll be like on her little machine that I just bought her. I don't know what it's called. And I'll be doing like my push-ups and like all my little thing. And then we'll be all sweaty and I'll still take her little pants down. I'll lick her asshole. And sometimes it was pretty gnarly with sweat, but like whatever. So there's like this distinct smell of sex musk. But with Asians, it smells like ramen. It does. There's like MSG in it and shit. You can smell it. It's addicting. You can get addicted to MSG. Dude, I'm so sorry with the quality of the story. I hope you guys don't like thumbs down me. Let's thumb down that faggot. I've said faggot a lot. I don't use that word that much. I don't know why I'm saying that so much. Maybe it's because I'm just thinking about faggots. So we get to the customs. And this is one thing you'll find in China. Everybody looks at you, like I said, and everybody in any authoritative position, that doesn't mean the police. That means people that work at a fucking hotel. Anybody that like has any responsibility over you treats you like you're a fucking peasant and they're like some patriarch. Um, so what ends up happening is, and I'm sweating bullets thinking I'm going to get busted. And we go to the customs, and it's like some guy, and he's like, and anytime someone speaks Mandarin Chinese, it's like, it smells like some like crazy ass like kung fu movie that where someone's mad at you. Even if they're probably just saying, "Hey, can we check your bags?" It's like, and they like scowl and like make their eyes look all crazy. And I'm looking at my dad, and my dad's just like, he's as big of a pussy as me. He's just like, I don't understand what they're saying. I'm like, Dad, should I tell him I have Vicodin on me? He's like, shh. They're like, I like white snot coming out of my nose. And then some like nice Asian. And then the ladies are always nice. She comes up, she's like, hi, welcome to Beijing. He's asking if you have passport. I was like, oh yeah, I got that. And are you okay? Your nose, spit from nose. My dad's like, there's drugs leaking out of your fucking nose. I'm like, oh, no. You always talk to like people that don't speak English, like they're little kids. No, I'm doing fine. Or like they're an elderly person or something. She's like, oh, okay. I see you don't have visa stamp for no other country. Like I got Jamaica. Oh, and she says some shit. And then you ever notice that? Like, well, if you haven't been to China, I don't know if you would, or if you're ever around Asian, like tourists, they're like taking a bunch of pictures. They always have like these outdated phones too. It's like shit that you see at like the 90s. It's like in the 2000s. And they're always like taking, and then they'll like say something, they'll be like, oh, and then they'll just like, and you always think they're laughing at you. Like, what are they saying? Like, fuck those white people. Look at that guy. Look at this stupid face. His stupid face looks so stupid. And he's like, my dad's like, I don't know what that means. Because the whole time we're like, damn, are we going to get like arrested and put in some work camp and have to like manually remove nails from like some fucking ancient like, um, museum ship or something? I don't know where I come up with shit like that. But she's like, he says, have a nice day now, too. And get a Kleenex. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. My dad. So we leave. And so we're like in this airport, and it's all like Asian writing and everything. And it's very confusing. It's not like being at like an American airport where it's like baggage, because everything looks the same. It just looks like a bunch of fucking haiku, like weird symbols and shit. And you're just like, so like it took forever, and like occasionally you find someone like in like some Hawaiian floral shirt, like some like kind of heavy set guy. It kind of looks like the guy in Jurassic Park, but he has like some lay around him, and he's like all red and like, hey guys, yeah, you're in Beijing too, huh? And you're like, look at my dad. I'm like, Chomo. My dad's like, for sure. I'm like, what's that guy doing here? He's like, oh, I'm just going to Thailand. Yeah, I'm just going to Thailand. Yeah. And then you see like a kid walk by, and he's like, how like sometimes like guys, especially like older guys, like a hot chick will walk by and they'll like follow them like on purpose, like look at their ass. They think that's like cool. Like our generation kind of like, we don't do that because that's like some sex offender shit. Like, do we look at women that walk down the street and we're like, they don't even try to hide it. My dad does that all the time. I'm like, dude, it's 2020. You don't do that. You're gonna have some feminazi hit you with a trident or something. Hey, you fucking misogynistic pig! And then they'll like start rowling and like throwing like pig blood balloons at you, and you're just like, ah! And they're like, that's for having a cock, motherfucker. Okay. So eventually, like we found enough American people that kind of guided us, and we took a cab to our hotel. The whole thing was kind of an ordeal. And I remember as soon as we get to the hotel, it's a very fancy hotel. And so we're like looking around the streets of China. The streets of China are very interesting. They're much different. I noticed a lot of things right from the get-go. Beijing is one of the most densely populated cities in the entire world. There's not even a speck of litter on the ground. None of that. Very clean. There's not even cigarette butts or anything. and you see like 10-year-olds smoking, and you see like elderly people like lighting their cigarette because they do population control. They like literally like promote that shit. You'll see cartoons. They'll be like, "Hey, I'm Daffy the Asian Duck. Today, I'm rolling rolled cigarettes because it makes me feel," and then like it'll break into this thing. It makes me feel dizzy when I smoke rolled cigarette. But it's in like, Mandarin. So it's like, you see some really way out shit, right? And you see like little kids smoking and they're like on a trampoline with like a hula hoop on and they're just like, oh, I'm smoking so good. Ha 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 ha. Weirdo propaganda shit like that. And you see everybody on bicycles, you see everybody on motorcycles as well. So it's very interesting because it doesn't really look like a major city. It doesn't look like LA, it doesn't look like New York, it doesn't look like Boston, Chicago, Detroit, none of that. Been all over the country. I've never seen a city that looks like Beijing. So we end up getting to this hotel and I have to piss really bad. Secretly, I have to go snort more Vicodin. Now I'm not like, and I thought for sure I was going to get busted when the guy was like, he's like wiping off a ninja star. It has like fucking fish guts on it. He's like, and he's like cleaning out his fingernails with this like gory fucking ninja star. It's really like that. It's kind of scary because there's that, there's the language barrier. So we get to this hotel and I want to go snort more Vicodin and take a piss. So I go and I'm getting increasingly more dope sick. Like by the time I get there, I'm looking at the pills and I start crushing them up with a napkin in the bathroom. It makes like a fucking ounce of powder. I'm like, dude, oh my God, I can't snort all this. I tried to, and it's just like instantly, it's like clogged. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I crushed up like 5 pills, whatever it was. I just start eating it, I just start eating the powder, thinking that it might hit me, and I'm just feeling horrible. I mean, my first few hours in China, I'm dope sick as fuck. And then I had to shit again. I got that like dope sick little like electrical surge where it's like normally when you have to shit, your brain sends like a little neurological signal. It's like, I have to shit. And you're like, hey man, I got to use the restroom. And you go and you like sit down, you take your pants down, comes out. Sometimes you kind of like smile. Nobody's watching. You're like, white, check for warrants, Usually on opiates, I love that. There'd be no shit. I think that's probably when I was in my like longest stretch of getting my asshole licked by women phase when I was on opiates. Because I mean, I just had such a clean anal cavity. You know what I mean? So anyway, fuck. I hope I'm using the right external hard drive, or I'm not even going to be able to save this. Shit. I don't know which one is which. I don't know if this one is, I don't fucking know. God, I hope. That would be so annoying if I just did this whole video. I just did that. This is the second time I've done this video. So I go to take a shit and there's no toilet. There's just holes in the fucking ground. I'm like, what the fuck? But there's like toilet paper rolls next to the hole. It's like this big ass hole. I'm like, dude, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And then like some like cowboy comes in and he's like washing his hands. I'm like, hey, excuse me, you speak English? He's like, I sure do. What's up? He's like, I'm from Dallas. I was like, oh, shit, that's weird. Couldn't have guessed that. Hey, man, where do I use the restroom? He's like, you sit right there. You squat and you shit in there. It's weird as fuck. These fucking Asians are weird as fuck. I'm just here because I'm trying to fucking set oil to these motherfuckers. I was like, oh, you're an oil man? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm the oil man. And then he just like leaves. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to squat over this hole and I'm like sitting there. And now imagine that. I'm dope sick. So it's not a normal shit. Like normal shits have solidity. They're solid and they just droop out of your butthole. When you're dope sick, you fucking shit in like a sneeze manner. It's like, and it just like expels out of you like propeller spray or something. It's like, and I'm sitting on this hole in the ground, dope sick as fuck in China. No idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if communist fucking militaristic people are gonna come chop my head off or be having dope sick shits in this like really weird hole in the ground. When I sit down, I'm just like, and just start spraying it everywhere. It was very bizarre, you know. And I'm missing the hole. I mean, it's a huge hole, and I'm just kind of squatting over it, very uncomfortable. And I'm like missing, and there's like specks of shit, like liquidy shit, all over this, like the outer perimeter of this hole. Very interesting. So, then I get out, I wash my hands, do all that. I go see my dad, and he's like, "Are you better?" And I'm feeling slightly better, but even 5 Vicodins don't do it doesn't do much. It's like taking a 8 milligram ibuprofen. Remember that, the strong kind. And my dad's like, "Well, Ryan, I didn't want to tell you, but we're gonna see one of your old friends tonight. You're someone you're gonna be very happy about." Pretty much the worst thing that I wanted to hear after taking such a long flight, dope sick in a country that I'd never been to. I had no idea who he's talking about. And we will get into that the next time that we go into this story. I just want to make sure. I kind of freaked out about this hard drive, dude. I've already done this story before. I don't want to have to do it again. So talk to you guys soon. We'll see you. Palabra.